Hey guys, happy GAQA Tuesday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic, magical, wonderful, beautimous Tuesday. I know I am, aside from the fact that I am absolutely sick of the rain. Now, I love rain. Okay, I love listening to rain. I love dancing in rain. I love mud puddles. I love jumping in puddles like I'm 5. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I love everything about it. There is nothing like a nice, warm summer rain to just go play in. I love sitting outside and listening to the thunder rumble. I love it. What I don't love is massive flooding, tornadoes, high winds, and yuckiness. And that's what we've had. Now, if you would have given me like 3 straight weeks of just summer rain, you know, just a nice pitter-patter, something to fall asleep to, something to relax in, awesome. No, you're giving me torrential downpours that are causing horrible flooding that's like wrecking the state. You're giving me severe weather to the point of where I'm like trying to go get pizza with my daughter for her birthday and I get wrapped up in a thunderstorm that turns into a tornado warning, that I'm looking at the sky like driving, like white knuckling it, like looking at the sky and all I see is rotation and I'm like, oh Christ, here we go. Now, I have never, been in a tornado. When I was little, I was about 9, 4th of July, 1995, to be exact. I was 9 years old, and we had an F3 tornado hit my hometown on the 4th of July. Destroyed half of the town, flattened it. And in true small town USA fashion, we still had fireworks. It's like, fireworks tents are still standing. Stuff's a little wet. Let it dry. It is still light. And we did. And we still had fireworks, even though half the town was demolished. So, I'm not a fan, though, of tornadoes. I'm not a fan of clouds with teeth, that I like to call them. And that's what we've had a lot of. We've had a lot of severe weather. We've had a lot of wind issues and a lot of rain. And so, I am over it. Beyond over it. But other than that, my week is going well so far, aside from, like I said, the rain and being a little tired. But we're not here to talk about clouds with teeth or torrential downpours. We are here for GAQA Tuesday, where you guys ask me all of your Ghost Adventures related questions, all up on the Facebook page, and I have a fun little list for you guys today, and we are going to get started because, as always, I have ADD, and I like to ramble, and sometimes these questions kind of go a little long. So our very first question is, has the popularity of the show increased the availability of locations that they can investigate? Hands down, I think so, yes. More often than not, and especially in the previous seasons, we've heard, we are the first paranormal team to ever investigate this place. That's really awesome for not only the paranormal world, but for the GAC, obviously. I mean, to have that cred under your belt, like to be the very first paranormal team to ever get a chance to investigate a location is pretty awesome. I mean, a lot of times these locations are privately owned and they are privately protected. And with that, you know, a lot of places don't want, I don't think, the notoriety. They don't want the attention. And I think when you put a big show like Ghost Adventures on someone's property, and then you proceed to put that property on national and international television, and now people know you exist, I think that it's a chance that people take, but I think that it helps them. It helps their story be told, and then it helps us, you know, learn things we didn't necessarily know about our country or about our world, and I think that that's just a really awesome opportunity, and I think hands down, I think it has opened up a variety of locations. I know Zach and the guys used to have to work really hard to get their foot in the door anywhere, and now you hear the name GAC, or you hear the name Ghost Adventures Crew, or you hear the show Ghost Adventures, or you hear the word Travel Channel. I think a lot of people take that as an opportunity anymore. To have the chance to have their location on TV, to have their story, like I said, their stories told. And I think it's just a really awesome opportunity. I mean, it's doing well because obviously more locations are being opened up for us because we're getting more seasons of Ghost Adventures, and the guys are getting to film, in crazy places. They're getting to go back to places. Unfortunately, there are the ones that, you know, aren't available to investigate anymore, and that's sad. They've either been torn down, or someone has bought them that doesn't want the notoriety, they don't want the publicity, and so they've kind of closed it all off. But I think for the most part it has opened up tenfold across the board the availability of locations, and I hope that it continues to do so. I mean, I know that there's got to be so many amazing, awesome opportunities out there that we just don't even know about, and I think for sure that if anybody's going to find him, I think Zach and the guys are going to find him for sure, and we're probably going to get a chance to see it, because something tells me that Ghost Adventures is going to be around a long time. When you're sitting in that #1 spot, they're not going to let you go, because let's face it, the Travel Channel likes the ratings, and the guys like the paycheck, and we love the show. So yeah, for sure, I think that it's opened up a lot of opportunity for the guys and other paranormal teams as well to investigate locations. Good question. Our next one made me do my homework, and I didn't find the answer to all of it because it's pretty private, but I did find, thanks to Twitter, one part of it for sure. So the question is, where did Jay and Ashley meet, and how long have they been married? And the same goes for Billy and Diana. Now, Jay and Ashley, obviously we're talking about Jay and Ashley Wasley. And I don't know where they met. I really couldn't find any of that, but thanks to Twitter, I happened to come across tweets from the day they got married. And they got married back in October of 2012. And so they're considered newlyweds. I think you're like considered newlyweds for like the first, I don't know, like 5 or 6 or 7 years. I don't know. It's weird. But they have been married since October of 2012. Now, Billy and Diana, I couldn't find anything on them. I just know that they're married. Something tells me they've been married a while. I mean, they have 3 kids, and their kids are older, like they're teenagers. So chances are, they've been married a while. But I couldn't find any like specifics or exact dates or anything. Like I did with, I think with Jay and Ashley, I just found it because it's fairly recent, and thanks to social media, and they're pretty active on social media, so thanks to all of that, I was able to track down their wedding. And I think I got married, to be specific, I think it was October 11th of 2012. So yeah, that's all I got. But our next question is, and our last question for the day is one from last week that I didn't get answered that I threw into this week's questions, and it is, we know that there was a point early on where Aaron wasn't with Zach and Nick during investigations, but then he came back, and why do you think he left, and what made him come back and become the investigator he is today? There was a point where Aaron kind of had distanced himself from Zach and Nick, and that was actually seen in the documentary. If you remember correctly, they went to the mine, and Aaron had that really, really bad experience in like that cabin, and he was scared absolutely shitless. I mean, he was terrified. And this was when Aaron had never had experiences with this stuff before, and he had no clue what he was getting himself into, and here he'd had his first major paranormal experience, and he reacted, I think, like anybody would. I think that he had that natural reaction of run. And so he did. He ran his happy butt all the way back to Vegas and said, forget this, I'm not doing it. And so Zach and Nick kind of went on to Goldfield, with the two of them by themselves for the first time. And, Aaron wasn't with them. And so they investigated, and they got the really awesome evidence with the brick and the whole 9 yards. And I think after that, they really kind of convinced him to come back and really kind of give it another shot. And when he did, he kind of came in with both feet and said, now or never, this is what I'm going to do. And now look at him. He is absolutely an amazing paranormal investigator. He has really honed his gift, and I'm really, really proud of him. I'm glad that he came back. I'm glad that he's loyal. And I'm glad that he's here because he's such a vital part. I mean, Ghost Adventures would not be the same without Aaron, for sure. And so I'm really glad that he came back and faced his fear and is now almost fearless. I mean, he still gets kind of jumpy and stuff, but he is not the jumpy, freaked out baby Aaron that we used to know. He is in with both feet. He taunts them with the best of them. And so I think it was just a matter of facing his fear and coming back and really being, strong-willed and being able to say, you know what, I can do this. And I think Zach and Nick just were behind him 100%. We're like, you know, we're going to be there for you. We're going to help you through this. It's going to be okay. And I think just having that strong support system around you really, really helps you in being able to face your fear. So I think why he left in the first place was, I think it was fear. And I think bringing him back, it was to face that fear and to hit it head on. And I'm really, really glad he did. So that is all I have for GAQA Tuesday. I will be back tomorrow for What Should I Do Wednesday, where I answer all of your general paranormal related questions that you guys once again ask me all up on the Facebook page. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy. If you are in any part of the country that is underwater, please do not drown. I'm going to try to stay dry, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Much love and happiness. Bye!